Hi, Collective. I'm Ancient, and someone is asking, why do they keep going back to her? Why they keep going back to him? It is because they are the king and queen of wands. It's because they are action oriented individuals. They're not embodying at a low vibration, the king and queen of pentacles, someone who overgives in a relationship or someone who overgives in a connection and allows people to run all over them, thus putting them in the five of pentacles, which would be breadcrumbing. This is why the person keeps running back to that other person. But also the king and queen of wands can recognize a knight of wands. They can recognize when someone is being inconsistent and they will call them out on their inconsistency. Whereas a queen of pentacles or a king of pentacles will consistently give and overgive and give and overgive, thinking that the more they give, the more it's going to change the person's thoughts and opinions of them. But when you're feeding a beast, when you're feeding the knight of wands, when you're enabling the behavior and not allowing and not holding this person accountable, holding their feet to the fire, but not standing up for yourself and telling them that you are not going to allow them to be inconsistent in and out of your life, they're going to continue to do so because you've completely given your power over to this individual. Whereas the Knight of Wands that keeps trying to run back to that King and Queen of Wands, those individuals are not giving their power away. They own their power. They're confident. They have high self-esteem. No, it doesn't mean that they're perfect, but they're not going to allow anyone to run all over them. Whereas the King and Queen of Pentacles at a low vibration has low self-esteem. They think that money is going to change everything. They think cooking a nice meal is going to change a person. They think cleaning the person's house, washing their dishes, doing nice things for them, acts of service. They believe that that's going to change the reality of someone who's inconsistent, someone who's not giving to you. That's why it keeps happening. That's why the person's running in and out. That's why this person keeps going back or attempting to go back to the King and Queen of Wands. You're a place filler. And the issue with the King and Queen of Pentacles at a low vibration is their lack of awareness, their ability to face the facts, to embody that fire energy. That's why I stated on my channel, it's important to embody all the elements, all the 12 zodiac signs. Sometimes you need to be in Aries, the god of war. Sometimes you need to embody Sagittarius energy, live freely. It's not okay to keep yourself in a breadcrumbing connection. You have to have all the elements in balance. You have to embody that King and Queen of Swords energy, the hardest elements to master. The element of truth, logic, and honesty. Sometimes you got to be honest with yourself. And a true emperor and empress is someone who's honest with themselves in a connection, even when it hurts them. The ability to take that sword and cut ties, even if it hurts you. The ability to say, you know what, I do love you, and this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you, but I can't be with you because you're inconsistent, because you're childish, you're immature, you need healing. That's the King and Queen of Swords. As I stated, it's the hardest energy to master. But as I've always stated, that embodying the King and Queen of Swords will keep you out of a lot of stuff in every area of your life by being honest to your parents, your friends, lovers, family members, even yourself. Sitting back and saying, you know what, this relationship isn't healthy for me. These friends aren't healthy for me. This situation, this job isn't healthy for me. Speaking truth to justice and holding yourself to that truth and holding your own self accountable through logic. and removing the emotion from situations so that you could see things clearly. And unfortunately, the King and Queen of Pentacles at a low vibration, they also have that residue of water because they're earth. So although they are practical and they may be in that practical energy, they're not embodying the energy of logic. Their acts of service is how they show love. Yet again, they're not looking at it from a perspective of, I keep supporting this person. I support them financially. I take care of the home. I do this. I do that and nothing works. Okay, well, use logic. They're breadcrumbing you. Whereas you can't do that with a fire energy. They'll recognize it and quickly get out of Dodge and take action. Or they'll argue with you and tell you to your face. That's why it's important to body the fire energy, because they have no issues with speaking up when they need to speak up. Or the King and Queen of Swords, cutting ties and also speaking up. Not over giving. Because I feel like this is a consistent collective challenge when people are not embodying the ability to recognize when something isn't right, when it's not working. And yes, it's okay to cry about it. You're not supposed to be able to just get over situations. And that's not what I'm saying. But learn to recognize low vibrational energies when they're in your energy or attempting to be a part of your life and stifle off your energy. Because at the end of the day, if you get taken advantage of, you can't get upset with the person. You have to hold yourself accountable, because they always show you red flags. They show you red flags before you get pregnant or get someone pregnant. They show you red flags before you decide to marry them. They show you red flags before you decide to sleep with them. They show you, the people are not good at lying. People are good at lying to themselves and keeping themselves in unhealthy situations and creating illusions. That's what people are good at. That's why you have so many unhealthy relationships and love triangles. People are good at faking things and not accepting the truth for what it is. People are fearful of the truth because it hurts. No one wants to hear it, but it's real and it's honest, and it's what will keep you out of terrible situations that can have karmic repercussions for you, your bloodline, your children and your children's children, which is your bloodline, past, present, and future. So be careful who you have in your energy, and do not allow people to exploit you. And if you have, it's okay, forgive yourself and move on. But you can't keep crying that someone is doing you wrong when you are allowing it. You can't force people to change. If they're not changing, they're showing you who they truly are. It's your turn to step up to the plate and move on. It's called tough love. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.